Going live, going live, going live, going live. We're live. Hi, everybody. Yeah, man. NXT Takeover 36. That's 3. Whatever, 30 and 6. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another watch along, man. We haven't done one of these in a while. We were just doing reviews, but I figure why not? We'd all get together and watch some dang NXT because NXT is pretty freaking awesome. And I figured we'd have a good time anyway. We do have another channel, the YouTube channel for Rassle Rock itself. We're not able to go live on that yet because you need a certain number of subscribers to that channel. So we'd like to eventually do that on that channel. If you haven't already, please go over to the Rassle Rock YouTube channel and subscribe to that because you'd be helping us out a great deal and we won't have to keep on doing it on this YouTube channel. I mean, we can still do it on Facebook and stuff like that, which is always awesome. But yeah, we really want to build up that YouTube channel there. So please go and help us out. But for right now, we're on the Rick Connor YouTube channel as well as Facebook and Twitch. Hi, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. And yeah, man, we're doing a great thing here. We're really gearing up soon. We're getting up. Mark Kalbacher might be popping in. Eddie Valentine's going to come on later. Nico Sozio. We're going to have a good time. And I'm really looking forward to the show. SummerSlam yesterday was great. We have a review out there right now on this channel, as well as Facebook and Twitch. And I downloaded that and I put that on the Rassle Rock YouTube channel. So you can go down and check out the review yesterday we did for SummerSlam. It was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. Lesnar coming back was a huge surprise. I was really happy about that. Becky Lynch coming back was a surprise. Wasn't too happy that she squashed Bianca Belair so quickly. I don't know why these panels behind me are moving. Right under the air conditioning, I suppose. My lies have been exposed. My poor background is falling down. Oh, goodness gracious. Excuse me, everybody, while I mess with my background here. This just won't stand up by itself, huh? Nope, it's falling. Excuse me a second. Dear God. Always when I'm live, man. Always when I'm live. Pre-recorded stuff? Does this wall fall down? Yes, but not nearly as much. Okay, that's better. That's a little better there. We still got... yeah, as you can see, YouTube's really working out well for me. I'm doing really great for myself. It takes a lot of work to pretend that you have money and you have all this awesome equipment. But hey, Capital Wrestling Center. Here we go, man. NXT Takeover 36. It's going to be the first match. It's going to be the first match. I don't know. We're going to start with the women's match. We're going to start with UK match. I don't know, man. Beth Phoenix is back. That's cool. She took a little time off. Walter and Dragunov is going to be huge, man. I can't wait for that. Cole and Riley is going to be great. Gonzales and Kai. Even Grimes and LA Knight, man. I'm telling you. I'm loving that feud. I'm loving the fact that DiBiase is back, at least for a mentor. Can't really call him a manager or anything like that. But here we go. What do we got? Starting with Grimes and LA Knight, baby. To the moon. Here we go. Oh, gosh, I love that theme song. Meow, 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 meow. Sorry, folks, just texting somebody real quick. Cameron Grimes, baby. Not crazy about his theme song. Just come out to DiBiase's theme song. Why is he throwing everything in the trash? Oh, it's his butler uniform. Gotcha. Nice. He's got sparkly $1 million man type of stuff on. That's cool. That glitter is just going to get everywhere. It's going to get all over the ring. We're going to see some shiny wrestlers tonight. Oh, pardon me. I'm still tired from last night, man. SummerSlam went until 12:15 here on the East Coast. That is a ridiculous time for any show to stop. That's why it was only me and Mark doing it last night with the review after the show. Dear God, man. 5 hours, over 5 hours of wrestling. It's a little crazy, but it was a great show. And you'll see that in the review if you go watch the review that we did of SummerSlam. We're going to be doing another review of this show live later tonight as soon as this ends. So, yeah, be sure to stick around for that one. I'll try to make that live as well if I can do it in a quick enough time. Grimes looking good, baby. Here comes the night. Why not just call him Eli Drake? Honestly, like the name LA Knight kind of sucks. But, I don't know, Eli Drake just worked. Don't know why they didn't do that. But whatever, that's WWE for you. It's still so strange to see $1 million championship. Like to see somebody walking around with that in 2021. It's strange. I don't dislike it. Don't dislike it at all. Here we go. Come on. This is gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm psyched for it. I'm surprised there's not a gimmick to this match. The last match was a ladder match, yes? Surprised I didn't have a cage match or anything like that. But hey, I ain't complaining. We got Ted DiBiase at ringside. He's going to take his money. So I didn't do anything with... I guess I can... I'll do this now. Here, change this. There we go. And show. There we go. $1 million championship match. Here we go. Here we go, baby. Oh, gosh, even I'm bored. No, I'm kidding. I'm just very tired. What's up? All right, starting with a tie. Let's get grimy. Is that what they were chanting? It's crazy how much Grimes is over, man. As a face, he was crazy. He was crazy over as a heel. I loved him to death. But now as a face, super over. Got to give it to him. Whoa. Back body drop from Grimes, baby. Here we go. It's going for the $1 million dream. Blocked by Knight. Knight to the outside. Taking a powder. Grimes calling for it. Stand on up, Mr. LA Knight. Followed up. Oh, he misses with a kick. Knight wishes with the Grimes, and he follows up with the kick. Dear God. Dear God to the face, baby. Knight is down. Grimes is up, baby. Grimes is up. Doing strong. Tired of being a butler and all that. Into the boards goes Knight. Grimes making him look stupid here. Just pulling him up by his... Gotta make sure I don't do that. Little assist by DiBiase as Grimes drop kicks him in the back. Knight is down again. DiBiase's having a great time out here. Whips him in. I think that's the first time Ted DiBiase has ever done anything close to a wrestling move in like 20 years, something like that. It's good for him. He's having fun. He's having a good time. LA Knight misses with a shoulder tackle. Cameron Grimes boot to the face. Grimes going up. Going on the top rope. Stop wasting time and get up there. That's what happens. Dear God, he ate that buckle, man. Sweet, sassy Molassie. Get knocked right off the top rope and just, watch this. Ugh. That could be broken ribs, a cracked sternum. That could be a whiplash type of thing. LA Knight lighting him up now. Damn, what happened to Grimes' back? He's got a big bruise and it looked like he might have some kind of laceration. Come on, Grimes. Series of stomps. To the chest. Come on, get up. Slingshot. Right to the bottom rope, right across the throat. That'll hurt your trachea. We got a comment up here. Brolery, dear God. It's my catchphrase, babe. Dear God. It's to the point where I can't even do it on purpose. It's just so natural for me to be like, oh my God. Kick to the face from Grimes. There you go. Coming back. No. LA Knight cuts him off with a knee lift. Whips him in. Grimes ducks one. Ducks the second one. Crossbody. Kick out at 2. I'm trying not to pop this. I keep on popping my microphone here. Oh, shakes off a neck breaker. Shrugs it right off. Grimes up and over. Oh, was he going for a Hurricane Rana there? Turned out to be a power bomb. Oh, that was a close count. Grimes kicking out at 2. Watch this replay. Kaboom. For a man like Grimes, let me tell you, that's pretty impressive. To be able to just jump and wrap your leg at a dude's head. Twisting the neck now. A lot of people don't like that move. I do, man. Anytime you're pushing down on a guy's head and pushing this way, that's going to snap your neck, man. That hurts like heck. Unintentional rhyme, but I'm happy about it. Brolery said, LA Knight's ball game. It is right now. But I don't know, man. I ain't counting Grimes out yet. I think Grimes is going to take this. But then again, if we keep DiBiase on TV for another couple months, I'll take that too. Oh, dear God. Spinning slide slam from LA Knight. That guy's a star, man. LA Knight, like him or hate him, that guy just looks like a star. He looks like he should be a professional wrestler. Not taking anything away from Grimes, but man. Knight misses with an elbow drop. Oh, God. Whatever happened to Grimes' back looks like it hurts a lot. Whipping him in. Reversal from Grimes. Knight holds on, follows up with an elbow. Grimes still on his feet. Moonsault! Springboard moonsault from LA Knight and nobody home. Nobody home, baby. I'm liking that they kept the boards on the side, on the guardrail for people to hit. That's just cool. Grimes firing up now. Grimes is hot. Flying forearm. What's he setting up for? Dear God! Kick right to the face. Oh, is he going for the dream? Is he going for the dream? He's almost got it. He's almost got it. Get that other arm in there. Elbow from Knight. Ooh, German suplex. Sweet Lord. Anna gets the Hurricane Rana. Damn, Grimes, go for it. 1, 2. Oh, that was close. Oh, it's on now, baby. It's on. Who's he pointing at? DiBiase's on his left. There's nobody out there. Who's he pointing at? I could not tell what the crowd was chanting right there. Ooh. Grimes with a clothesline. Knock Knight loopy there, man. Kicks him right in the knee and takes Grimes down. Oh, kicks out at 2. It's hard to see Ted as a face. I'm so used to having him from my childhood. I agree. I don't know if we ever got Ted DiBiase as a face in WWE or in WCW. So, yeah, I agree with that. I thought you were saying it's hard to see his face. Like, all right, he's not that old. Calm down. Knight with a boot. Coming off the second rope, Bulldog. Grimes is wonky. On the shoulders. Oh! Plants him down. 1, 2. Ooh. That was close. 2.9. Not quite the 3. LA Knight doesn't know what to do. How can I put this gentleman away? Excuse me. Not bored, just tired. Enzuigiri to the back of the head from Grimes. Knight follows with a knee. Grimes with a super kick. Both men still on their feet. Grimes over the top rope. Skinning that cat. Knight's coming back in. Crossbody. Reversal. 1, 2. Oh. Referee was slow as hell on that count, man. What the hell, ref? Oh, Grimes is busted open. What the hell happened? Did he break his nose? There is blood. There is blood on Mr. Grimes' face. Oh, again, just tired from last night. Too much wrestling. Way too much wrestling. Between SmackDown and AEW and SummerSlam and now tonight, I'm very tired. Grimes peppering him with some kicks. Peppering him with some kicks. I don't know how to stop that. I'm going to move my mic. Hang on a second. Come over here. Maybe that's better. Peppering with some kicks. That's much better. I like that very much. Grimes setting him up. Putting him on the top rope. What's LA Knight going for here? It's taking too much time. It's taking way too much time. Get up there and get it done. Firing some forearms to the chest. Grimes knocking down. See, now if he would have hurried up and got up there, he wouldn't have been... Oh, Knight jumps up to the top rope. Oh, my God. That was gross. I don't even know what to call that moonsault bump. Oh, kicks out at 2. Grimes is still going. Knight can't believe it. Look at his face. Look at his face. You don't know what to do. Grimes is out on his feet, man. Boot to the gut. Was he going for a stunner there? $1 Million Dream's in. It's over. Is it over? LA Knight's fading. Knight's fading. Knight's fading. Oh. Joined by Matt Flowers. What's up, man?
Hey, are you doing this by yourself?
Yes.
Hey,
I don't know where everybody is.
I'm sorry I'm late. We didn't get our internet back.
Yeah.
And we both have work tomorrow, so we're at we went to her aunt's beach house just to hang out, and we're going to use the Wi-Fi tomorrow for work till I get the internet fixed. So
I got you. That's cool. Glad you could hop on.
Yeah, man. Did I miss anything good so far?
This match is pretty good so far. Grimes and LA Knight. This match pretty much it's got to be over pretty soon. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm into it.
I always got the $1 million tights on Cameron Grimes.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool.
Dude, I texted you earlier, man. I thought SummerSlam was awesome.
Yeah, I liked it.
It was such a good show. I had to watch it on my phone, which sucked, but yeah, it was good. And I think the audience really played a big part, man.
Oh yeah. Excuse me. Definitely did.
What time did you end up going to bed last night after the you guys did the post show?
Because we did the review. Yeah, it was like 1:30 in the morning. I ended up going to bed. Oh, DiBiase clocks him. Go, Ted. I'm marking out here.
I'm like a second behind. Mine's going a little slow, but
DiBiase, yes. He puts on $1 Million Dream. It's like the first wrestling hold he's done in like 20 years. To the moon. Oh. Heck yes, brother. Cameron Grimes, baby. That match was hot. I was saying I really like that they kept the boards up behind the behind the fence and everything like that.
Oh
I think
yeah.
it's really cool. I think it looks really cool.
I think they're supposed to design the that center because like they're changing up NXT and I think they might be changing that eventually.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens after today. I'm hearing a lot. It's like they're pretty much rebranding the whole show.
Yeah, and
so.
these two should just go up to the main roster because what else are you going to do with them? Cameron Grimes is a star. I think Eli Drake is going to be a great heel.
Yeah, me too.
Stars.
Yeah, I was saying the guy just looks like a star, man. He just looks like a professional wrestler. Like he belongs there. Cameron Grimes, new $1 million champion. I wonder how long DiBiase is going to stick around after this.
Does Eli Drake become Cameron Grimes' butler or no?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe. I still don't know what an NFT is.
An NFT is like a virtual baseball card, essentially. People used to trade like baseball cards.
Yeah.
Well, NFTs are just digital trading pieces that they only make like so many of. I think.
But you can do it with like movies and videos and stuff too?
I don't know.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I heard Kevin Smith was putting out a movie, but he was doing it in an NFT form. And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay, that's weird.
So what would happen is people would bid on it, right? And they'd be the only one to own that movie.
That's crazy.
I think.
Have you been watching much NXT?
A little bit. I think it has lost a little luster.
Mm-hmm.
These two, I kind of feel like they should be reversed as far as Dakota Kai. Or who is that? Is that Dakota Kai?
Yeah.
She should be the baby face in this, and I think Raquel should be the heel. That's what I think.
Should have been me. Okay.
Her pose is so stupid where like she faces her back to like the camera.
Yeah.
And does like a back spread.
I mean, it's different. I'll give her that.
It is different, but it's like I don't know. It's not that impressive of a back. If like anybody just turned around and just showed their back. Did I miss any? Was that the first match?
That was the first match. Yeah, they had a pre-show match with Ridge Holland, and I think his name was Troy Baxter.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know who that is.
I think he was an indie darling.
Didn't last like a minute. It was pretty much just a squash.
Nice.
I like your theme music. I do not see Dakota Kai winning this match.
Me either.
But I think she kind of should.
I think she's going to go up to the main roster.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a lot of these guys. It's like, what do you do with them? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
they've been there so long. Like, even when you look at like Gargano and
Yeah.
Ciampa, like, what else is there to do? This reminds me of, do you remember the Royal Rumble where Umaga wore red pants and it like threw everything off? Do you remember that?
I don't remember that,
He
no.
wore like red spandex pants at one of the Royal Rumbles, and it was like the only thing you could look at was his pants. Look at it. Look at that.
I mean, she's got a muscular back.
Yeah, but it's not like an Ultimate Warrior back or something.
For a woman, it's pretty impressive, I think. I wish you would tighten that belt up. It's just kind of like loosely hanging off. Bunfo. I'm surprised there isn't more people like the heels jump in the face during the introductions like this.
Yeah. You see her signature move was the Yakuza kick?
No, is it really?
Yeah, it's what it said on that little graphic thing. I kind of want to watch that NWA pay-per-view next week because Flair's going to be there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm hearing they might sign Flair to AEW to manage Andrade, whatever his name is.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I heard.
But like, if they let him work different spots, like that'll be cool.
Yeah. So this is pretty much just going to be like little person moving around trying to avoid things, like stick and move type of deal.
Oh, Rich, you know what to tell you? I enjoyed the Eddie Valentine retrospect, the part 1.
Oh, yeah?
Are you guys doing more?
Yeah, it should be this week.
Oh, sweet. I like another one out. I like how he wanted to go literally like show by show, which I think
we already did an hour.
I think that's awesome because if he has stories to tell,
yeah,
that's great. But I was watching it, and he's like, "Whoa!" He's like, "Let's go show by show," and you're like, "Well, we're already 2 hours."
It's like, you want me to do every match you've ever done?
You're gonna have like 30 episodes.
Yeah.
which I think it's cool. If you can do them, you know.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah, we're gonna do one that's a little bit more structured. We're going to talk about more matches on that card, not just his, because he's got some, little bit of backstage info on what was going down. So
yeah, I thought that was really good. I still didn't see the AEW Rampage. I have it DVR'd, but I know Punk returned.
Yeah.
But,
the pop was huge. Like I said this in the review last night, but the pop was absolutely huge. This is something that most wrestling fans have been waiting for a long time. I never really cared too much about Punk, but it was big. It was definitely like one of those moments that's going to go down in history. It's like people are going to like be talking about that for a while.
Okay, cool. I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I was not into the promo at all. Like he really didn't. It took him 10 minutes to basically say nothing. It was really bad. It's like, all right, come on, dude. Like plan this out a little better, would you?
Well, they don't want any scripts, man.
I mean, like come up with it yourself. Come up with some cool stuff to say. Just sit there farting around taking pot shots at WWE. Like nobody cares.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. It's like, dude, just do your own thing, man. Like, you're gone. Like just do your own thing. But when you watch SummerSlam, I was thinking about this. Like for everything that WWE is like doing wrong, you watch that production and you're just like, this is a first class. Best in the world production of what a show should be.
Right.
Like it just top notch. And that's what makes it stand apart. I think head above what's that saying? Just oof. I think it stands out over AEW, just that production quality,
Oh, definitely. That was always my problem with ECW. I could never watch ECW when it was on TV because I was like, look at this, like how garbage this looks. Like it just looked really terrible.
I always liked it because I kind of liked the crappy quality, but mostly I liked it because it's like, oh, there's other wrestling companies out there. You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I'm going to try to watch this.
Yeah. I think I really would have liked it if I would have went down to see it. Which it's crazy that I live in Philadelphia and that huge wrestling, like that huge part of wrestling history happened like half an hour from me, like right down the street. So I'm a little upset that I never went down to see it. I never really gave it a chance. But I think I would have liked it. Because when I first saw CZW was along the same lines. And I really got into that.
And they had huge shows when they first started.
Oh, yeah.
Like what? Like Cage of Death
3
had what? Like 1,200, 1,500 people? And they were like
something like that, yeah. It was a real big show. Dakota Kai on top right now. She's really good. I really hope they do something with her if she doesn't win the title here. Big boat. Ugh. That's a long drop right there.
go. I'll watch this one here.
Where are you taking me, Mr. Flowers?
I'm taking a powder. I'm gonna go to another room. Oh, it's better. There we go. My stream was going a little spotty, so I just changed the room. It looks like it's better.
Gotcha. Oof.
I kind of thought the Edge and Seth Rollins match, I thought Becky Lynch was going to come down and help Seth Rollins win. And that was going to set up like Seth and Becky versus Edge and Beth Phoenix.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with it. I thought the Edge Seth Rollins match was awesome.
That was great. Yeah, that was match of the night. Broly says, I miss Xia Li. Yeah, man, where's she at? She get released?
She knocked out. Did you watch that match? She knocked out Mercedes Martinez in a match.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
And then we haven't seen her since that. So maybe she's getting punished or
a little forced time off.
Yeah.
Mandatory relief.
I like that whole storyline with the that zombie Asian woman.
Yeah. I forget what it was. That just seems to have disappeared. Roll through. 2 count only. It's powerbomb. Ooh.
Oh.
Ah. That's bruised ribs right there. Sweet Lord. Ooh. By God. This crowd's hot today, man. Ooh.
Yeah.
Miss. Nothing. He got nothing. Oh, took her down. Oh, that was good. Some weird reverse, like lung blower thing. That was awesome.
Like a back cracker or something.
Yeah. A lot of people were like, "Oh no, she's too little. She's gonna get creamed. Like this is gonna be a squash match and all this other stuff." She's really like her own. Oh! She almost went straight outside there. Oh, she's going up. What's it gonna be? Oh! Oh my God, you stiff bastard. Screw that. Not taking it. Not taking it, kicking out.
This my feed like stops like whenever there's like a big move, it like slows down.
Oh. Oh, that was sick.
Cool.
Oh my God. That was clever. Oh. Oh God. Oh my God, be careful. Ah.
Ooh.
Oh, it's over. It's got to be 1,
Ooh.
2. It's over. Damn, that was cool.
That was a cool
good
move.
ass match. That was a really good match. Whew.
It was kind of like just like a choke slam off the top.
Off the top, yeah. Just the setup and everything was really good. Whew. Uh-oh. Who is that?
Who is that? Oh, that's Kaylee Ray from NXT UK.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. And then they just went off the air. Welcome to Applebee's, everybody. What the hell?
Where's Cesaro been?
Yeah, I don't know. um, it's pretty cool that WWE's going back to house shows.
Yeah.
There was like a lot of talk about them dropping that off. I guess just to save money for a while there. Now if they need to save money, they just fire a bunch of people.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why they're like, oh, instead we're still tour, we'll just fire a bunch of people to make up for it. Well, if they're selling out arenas, they're making money, but
yeah. I guess we'll wait and see. Was this next? We got Joe and Cross.
they got Walter and Dragunov.
Oh yes. I've been waiting for this one, man.
Oh, it's okay. So this is next. This should honestly finish. I mean, this is probably going to be the best match.
Yeah, I can't imagine anything beating this out. Because the last one was just like match of the year.
Yeah.
Barely. All right, I'm gonna put you full screen. I'm gonna take a little break. I got a little potty break for me. I'll be
Do
right
it
back.
up.
Entertain the fine people. All right, here we go.
I don't understand how.
Whoops, I have the wrong. This is UK Championship, but it's not Dakota and Raquel Gonzales anymore. Let me edit that real quick.
I don't understand how DraftKings is involved with WWE. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
predetermined. You know?
Well, I was looking to do it yesterday. I was having a hard time trying to figure it out. I couldn't really figure it out too much. But I've seen like they bet on like the Oscars and they bet on like reality TV shows and stuff like that. So I guess wrestling wouldn't be too much different.
Yeah.
But they do bet on things on like how long the match will go and stuff like that. What do you think? Do you think this match is going to live up to the last one?
Yeah, I think so. I think if I was Vince McMahon, I would pay Walter anything to like come up to the main roster and move to America.
Yeah.
He needs to be he needs to come in and like brutalize Roman Reigns and like be a top like just nasty heel. Or he can beat up Goldberg and his kid. That would be awesome too.
Yeah, I'll pay to just watch people beat up Goldberg and his kid. Why not? Keep your dumb family out of the ring.
The UK belt looks cool.
Yeah, that's a good looking belt. Is that Jessica Carr, the referee?
Yeah, well, yeah, but she was in Las Vegas, right? Doing
Oh, is that where
SummerSlam.
this is?
No,
Yeah,
this
she
is
was
in
down.
Orlando.
This is in Orlando. Why? Why did they bring her down?
Do you think they taped this ahead of time, or?
Oh, maybe.
I mean, she probably could have flown from Vegas to Florida.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's her.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely her. Yeah, she's a good ref.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're getting this match in front of a crowd too. So the last one was good, but it definitely missed a crowd.
Yeah.
Oof. This is the kind of stuff that I show people when people are like, "Oh, really? You watch wrestling? That's dumb." Like it's like,
Yeah.
okay, watch this. Walter's just too damn big, man. Or Dragunov's too small. Definitely shouldn't be going like for Tessa's strength and trying to, outpower him. That's a terrible
Yeah.
idea.
Oof.
It's a nice takedown. Really? All right. Whoa! All right, I take back everything I just said. You can outpower him. Go for it.
Oof.
I don't know if you saw on NXT, they've been putting Dragunov over like a champ.
Yeah.
So far, we got more of a wrestling match this time, and not just a brutal ass beatdown.
Yeah. He wrestled Pete Dunne, right, on NXT Dragunov.
Yeah,
Was that last week or the week before?
I think it was the week before. Yeah, I forget who he faced this week, but it was like Ridge Holland or somebody from that group.
So is Adam Cole gone after this?
I don't know. There's we know that the contract is expiring after tonight. Don't know if he's resigned or what's going on. Might be going to the main roster, might be sticking around in NXT, might be gone completely. I hope they move him up to the main roster.
Yeah, and they need to build around him, man. They can't just make him some jabroni up there.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, we know he would have great matches with like Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura and Apollo Crews and stuff like that. They'd be classic matches. I'd love to see him and Cesaro.
Wow, they didn't have the Intercontinental Championship at all on SummerSlam.
Yeah, on SummerSlam, yeah, that sucked. Did you see him come out and dancing with Pat McAfee?
Yeah,
the whole thing. I was like, "What do you? This is the Intercontinental Champion." Oh, those chops, man! Ugh, sweet Lord. Ah. Whew.
Oof.
Walter's one of those guys, man, that like even if you're friends with him in the back, I'd still be like nervous and scared to get in the ring with him.
Yeah.
Just because everything he does just looks so sick. German suplex. Oh, we got him. Ease up.
He's like cracking his neck. I'm like a second behind, so I see him just cracking his neck.
Right. Ah. Well, she's putting on gloves. She busted open.
Yep. Yeah, he had those stitches.
Yeah.
Oof. Oh, strong.
Strong man.
Strong like ox.
Oof. Just kicking him around. Oh. Damn those chops. Oh my God, look at the bruises on his chest.
Oof. Oh. He has size 17 feet shoes.
Oh, nice. To the back of the neck, man. Oh. Ooh, that was stiff. Damn, those handprints are all like up on his neck and collarbone and everything, man.
Oh.
Goddamn. Oh. I don't know if you got your sound up and can hear those chops, but they're so damn loud.
Yeah.
Oh, just barely got him up for that.
The thing is, if Dragunov doesn't beat Walter, it's like, unless Davy Boy comes out and challenges him next, like who's going to challenge him on that brand at NXT?
Right.
You know. That's why I kind of feel like Dragunov's going to win.
It's possible. I mean, you could be right. We could be seeing Davey Boy return.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I would love to see that. Oh!
Oh.
Well, this could be it. Oof. He's going to cry.
He's going to cry.
If he just started full on bawling right now.
And he chopped his leg.
Dude, the way Dragunov moves when he gets hit, it just makes it look extra painful. And we got the fight forever chant going. Oh my God.
Oh. I just saw that drop kick.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just slapping him.
It's paintbrush.
Oh, he did a big splash. Oh.
I honestly don't know which way this is going to go. It could literally go either way right now. Oh, what was that? Hmm. Hmm. He's holding on. Ooh, toe kicks. Ah! My God! Oh!
Oof. Oh my gosh.
Holy! Oh my God, man!
Oh, he won?
Yeah,
Right off one. Wow.
Walter tapped out.
Holy crap. So he's got to be going to the main roster then, dude.
Walter, I gotta imagine, yeah. Unless they're gonna have a rematch.
Or is like just NXT. That's crazy.
Hmm. Hmm.
That sucks, man. I kind of wanted to see Walter and Davey Boy.
Yeah, now that you said it, yeah.
But I don't know who's on the the UK brand to challenge for the belt.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch it enough. I don't know, man. They might be moving Walter to the main roster, but I mean, after the whole Bronson Reed thing,
Yeah.
where they just released him, he's like, great. I just moved everything from Australia to America to work for this company, and then I get fired for no reason, for budget cuts. All right. People on the comments can't believe it. Oh my God, no way. We got a new UK champion after over a year. That was a great match.
Yeah.
They beat the hell out of each other. All right. There we go. Has there ever been like a 3 stages of hell match where it hasn't been like regular match, street fight, and then steel cage? Like it feels like that's the general,
Wasn't it?
like all the
Didn't
time.
didn't Stone Cold and Triple H have one where it was like? Was that what it was? It was like the first match was
It
a
was a
regular
pinfall and
match.
submission, yeah, and
Yeah,
then there was like a street fight afterwards. I'm pretty sure it ended. It might have ended in a Hell in a Cell.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But there was definitely a cage involved.
Hmm. All right. Another bathroom break. I'm drinking too much. Be right back.
Peace out.
She lost. That definitely was not my favorite moment. And I don't know if I actually had a favorite moment because, I'm always backed the women and I'm always for the women. And you have someone like Bianca who's such an incredible talent. And you can't help but get frustrated when you see moments like that of like a championship that meant so much and was lost within seconds. So I have to admit, for this SummerSlam, there truly wasn't anything.
You guys have a favorite moment from the show tonight?
I can tell you what wasn't my favorite moment, and it was when she lost. That definitely was not my favorite.
All right, all right. I miss the old Shock the System music.
Yeah. None of them really got any better music.
No. Baby. Mike Francolino showing us some love on Facebook. Thanks a lot, Mike. Thanks for watching. The great Francolio from Toxic Radio. Adam Cole, baby. So let's say Adam Cole goes to the main roster after this. What happens to Kyle O'Reilly? Is he staying in NXT?
Yeah,
They get rid of him?
or they cut him. Yeah, I don't know.
So where does it go after this? I can't imagine him going after the heavyweight title.
Yeah, maybe the 205. Roderick Strong. It's kind of it sucks that they got rid of Bobby Fish because it sucks that they broke them up. They should have went up on the main roster together. I think.
Yeah.
As just like a pack of hyenas.
Yeah.
You know.
Nice transition to the ankle lock.
Oh.
I know it just started, but I'm seeing this being such a big match. I don't know how Karrion Kross is going to follow this.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on him?
I mean, he wasn't that great to begin with, but they were building him up to be this big monster in NXT, and then they move him up to the main roster, and they're already doing 50-50 booking with him.
Yeah.
It's like, why? Like he just lost all credibility for me.
Yeah, I don't know
agree?
how. I don't know how that match is going to top either the last match or this one.
Yeah.
And he's carrying. He's boring, and I feel like the whole. They brought him up without the girl. What her name is?
Okay.
But what's the valet's name? His valet.
Scarlett.
Scarlett. Yeah, I mean, that's holy crap! It's a 3 count.
Yeah, first fall's over already. What the hell?
Job out Adam Cole on the way out.
That was a bit disappointing. Nice trash can spot. We haven't seen this in a while. Ugh. Oh, we're being joined here right now by the Gold Edition Eddie Valentine. What's going on, sir?
Hello, Rick Connor.
Welcome to the show. Looking good, sir. Looking good.
Why,
How's the
thank you.
workout going? Still working out like crazy or what?
I had to update my Roku to get this,
To get Peacock?
so I could watch the NXT pay-per-view.
Nice.
Why the switch? Is Saturday night the hot new thing now?
It had something to do with in Vegas there was a boxing match going on.
Yeah, I think the Pacquiao fight is tonight.
Yeah.
Which boxing is usually on Saturday,
Yeah.
but the
Who
stadium
wants to
wanted
watch
to
that
show
fake
Saturday.
stuff?
That fake boxing stuff. Nobody watches that. Eddie, did you get to see any of the pay-per-view before this?
No, I have not. How is it?
Okay.
How's it go?
It's really good.
That wasn't. Wait, are we watching SummerSlam or NXT?
NXT. Yeah, we saw Dragunov and Walter beat the crap out of each other.
I miss Walter and Dragunov.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I'm leaving. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, it was a match of the year candidate right there. So we got a classic old 3 Stages of Hell match here with Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. They're in the second fall now.
And so is it what's after this? The main?
Yeah. Samoa Joe and Karrion Kross for the title.
So you think Adam Cole is going to AEW?
I don't know. I really don't know. The smart move would be to pay him whatever he wants and put him up on the main roster. Because I keep on hearing rumors of this big rebranding of NXT coming. But yeah, with the reception that Punk got on Friday, I'd if I was in WWE, I'd be keeping whoever we got, man.
Yeah, that CM Punk promo.
Yeah,
Wow.
That pop was huge. I thought the promo itself sucked.
You think? That was amazing. Yeah. How do you think that it sucked?
All he did was just take pot shots at WWE, and then he challenged Darby Allin for seemingly no reason.
That's all you got out of that promo.
Yeah. What did you get out of it?
Come on, he was having a personal conversation with those fans, and they were all that was fantastic.
Yeah.
I would hope to have that kind of emotional connection with my fandom at some point in time. They don't deserve it, but it would be nice to have it if I wanted it. Not that I do. But I thought it was amazing. I thought it was a game changer. I think Tony Khan finally opened up the checkbook And I'm really interested in seeing what happens with AEW. Now it's going to get interesting because now it's filled up with a bunch of it's filled up with a bunch of top guys, a bunch of big deals, not the big deals, but big deals, top guys who have navigated the shark-infested political waters of the WWE locker room for years and maintained their spots and were main events. And they're all in the company now. And I think a lot of guys are going to be in for a rude awakening soon. It's all really nice right now. Everybody's really nice to each other. Oh,
yeah.
Did you see that German suplex? That was sick.
I might be either ahead of you or behind you. I'm not sure.
So I don't know what you all think about that. I think it's a very exciting time. It's way more exciting now than it was 2 years ago.
Oh, absolutely.
When it was just clown show and with Jericho as the ringleader.
Yeah.
You got serious guys in there now that are not going to be doing a bunch of goofy stuff.
Yeah.
So are we going to see Man Bun Brock tonight on NXT?
Gonna see what?
Man Bun Brock.
Man Bun Brock. Oh man, that guy walked out. I thought that was Chuck Payne that came out with the beard. Oh my god. Yeah, interesting hairstyle.
Well, who's going to say anything to him about it? I mean, if anybody has that was brutal. Who's going to say anything to Brock Lesnar about his man bun?
Nothing. Not going to get nothing.
Okay. Adam, these guys all live in Florida. Why does Adam have such a bad spray tan?
He might just be one of those guys that can't.
He just sits inside and plays video games all day.
That's true. He does.
Well, oh, okay. Well, that explains it. But it's called a tanning booth. I do that when I'm not working. I mean, I still get in the tanning booth. That doesn't stop you from using the tanning booth. This is his I want to go to AEW spray tan. Vince sees it. Look at that spray tan.
O'Reilly, too, with the spray tan.
I kind of would like to see. I kind of would like to see Adam go to AEW.
Yeah,
I think he would do well there, and I kind of like to see Kyle O'Reilly not go to AEW and not be in Adam's shadow.
Yeah. I think if WWE was smart, they would pay Adam Cole whatever the hell he wanted and give him whatever he wanted. If he wants to move up to the main roster and be heavyweight champion, I'd say let him do it. Because the guy's clearly a star, and they really need to hang on to this guy.
You think? I think Vince would let him go in a hot second.
Really? You don't think Vince sees anything in Adam Cole?
Yeah. I think he would let him go in a hot second. I think Adam has done nothing that Vince would look at him and go like, yeah, he's the WrestleMania main event in terms of his look. In terms of his look, not in terms of his wrestling or his promos or anything else. I think in terms of his look, he has done nothing to that Vince would sit there and go like, yeah, he's going to be main event of WrestleMania.
I can't disagree. After seeing what he did with Keith Lee, I can't disagree with you.
There's no way. His upper body is too small, and for some reason, he just won't put 10 pounds of muscle on his upper body, which is exactly what he needs. 10 to 15 pounds of upper body muscle on Adam Cole is a game changer, a massive game changer. And I don't know why he's been all those guys have to do down there is work out. They got a gym.
It's not like all he has to do is just do push-ups and pull-ups and just like eat more.
But,
like it's not like he has to do some crazy...
I'll solve all of Adam Cole's upper body problems. It's called a bench press. Just use the bench press. I know it's old school, but that's all his problems right there. Bench press.
And he doesn't even need to like do steroids or anything. Like he just has to work out. Put on some...
He doesn't have to. He's in fantastic shape. He just needs to do a bench press and push some weight. I think I saw when he was doing wasn't he doing a training thing? I forget who he was in a program with, where they showed him like working out and everything. You remember this? Oh no, don't take that. What's the matter with you? Why? Oh.
I'm like so far behind.
Yeah, I'm behind as well, but I can see what's about to happen.
Oof.
Is that what it takes now? No, you see what I'm talking about? Why? Why would you do that?
Dear God.
Yo, just don't do things like that. Yeah, check him. We should say goodbye to Kyle O'Reilly for like the next. Is this a multi-part match?
Yeah, it's 2 out of 3 falls.
Oh, come on.
First fall was regular match. Second fall was street fight. Third fall is going to be steel cage.
I mean, I'm glad he's okay, but don't do that.
Whoever invented this steel cage lowering device is a billionaire right now, just because that probably saves them so much money and time.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Yeah.
I wonder what happens if it messes up. Well, I can't really say. How many shows have we been on where the rings were held together with zip ties and guys standing on the outside of it holding the cage together?
Yeah. Oh gosh.
More than should be legally allowed. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There were times where I was just like, if that thing goes, I'm just going to drive away and pretend I was never at the show.
Because it's falling on like 30 fans.
Yes. I have a bag ready to go right by the door. I will not be here for the questioning.
Yeah, see, I'm out.
Oh, that's a really good first pin. That was nice. Yeah, I want to see Kyle O'Reilly away from Adam Cole.
Why don't you think he works out?
I'm sure he works out.
You can't tell by
he just doesn't work
out.
out
He works out. He works out like a beast. Oh,
right. He's just not working out to the point where he's building muscle. He's maintaining.
I He's in fantastic. All these guys are in fantastic cardio conditioning. They have to be because they have to wrestle with this.
Well, you know what I mean. Like, you know what I mean. Like, why doesn't he like do push-ups at least? You know what I mean. Like, or do a bicep roll.
He benches 145. I saw him in the training montage. He's only benching 145. That's like a high schooler. All right. Like that's a high schooler that works out. There's teenagers that I work out next to that put up way more weight. Well, that's a problem if you want to be the main event at WrestleMania, you know? I mean, Adam Cole should be pushing some weight, and he doesn't need to do steroids or anything like it to push weight and be bigger and stronger. I'm not even talking about...
What I'm asking is, why doesn't he?
Because he doesn't have to.
Why hasn't he?
Well, he does have to. Like
he does. Why? He's right now. He's in the main event of a pay-per-view, and he's been doing it for like the last 5 years.
I mean, he's ultra successful without doing it, and like Rich was just saying, and maybe he just likes. This is how he likes to look. This is how he likes to wrestle, and he's not worried about being the guy at WrestleMania. It's the only thing I can think of. He's not lazy. He works extremely hard worker. Maybe he thinks that like 10 pounds of upper body muscle won't allow him to wrestle like this.
Maybe.
I don't know. It'd be a good question to ask him. I'd like to know the answer to that.
I would love to know the answer to that.
Here, let's message him. Let me message Austin.
Or do like a shoulder press. Like do one. Like he doesn't have to do anything freaky. Just like
let me send him. No, he doesn't. It's really a matter. It literally, if he did pyramid sets on bench press twice a week, he would easily, like, you would notice a difference within a month. Like it would be a very noticeable difference. I just don't. Let's all message him right now on Facebook Messenger while he's wrestling Kyle O'Reilly in this exceedingly brutal match, and ask him what his thought process is on his workout.
We can't be the only ones that think that. I mean, obviously Vince McMahon thinks that. You know.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure he's been told about it.
I'm sure he's been. It's like. But you know what? I wouldn't want that guy on my roster. If I was Vince McMahon, I'd be the same position. I'd be like, look, if this guy won't just work out once a week, I don't want him on my roster. He can't be that good. Like, I don't care what you say, he's not gonna, like, I don't think he's worth it. If he can't just take direction and be like, dude, you can't work out you can't lift weights once a week.
Yeah, that's exactly why Vince would.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I agree with him.
No, I wouldn't either.
Because you look at guys like
Adam Cole.
Look at small guys like look at Ilya Dragunov and Finn Balor and even like Tyler Bates. Like they're small guys, but they're jacked, or they're ripped, or they look like they lift weights. And they may have taken steroids in the past, but they're small guys. But
and they're believable. I believe Ilya Dragunov against Walter. I believe.
Do too.
I don't know why you wouldn't want to look like you would ruin somebody's life.
Or even like Gargano.
I always wanted to look.
Even like Gargano. Gargano is a small dude, but he's got a 6-pack at least. Like.
Well, and you got. Well, this is why I say like he would let Adam Cole go in a second, and Adam Cole going to AEW would not hurt WWE a bit.
No.
CM Punk going there and multiple other guys. I think like Christian hurts a lot more.
I don't even think CM Punk does because to the
Daniel
majority,
Bryan?
because to the general majority, CM Punk is a fake wrestler who went to the UFC and lost a real fight. So I think like he actually lost credibility to the mainstream wrestling audience. So like, oh, this guy's fake. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like
this is where we're kind of seeing the paths diverge with AEW and WWE. With WWE, in the most ironic of ironies, is becoming the credible wrestling promotion, and AEW has the guys that are a little bit more like goofy and fit in with that, like
wow,
the
so
guys that
Adam
are smaller.
Cole, yeah. Wow, I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
I'm not. Adam Cole's going to AEW with his bad spray tan.
Too bad Billy Corgan can't sign people to huge contracts. He should like sign Adam Cole exclusively to the NWA. That'd be awesome. If he started getting some players in the NWA.
I think Adam Cole's going to make just as much money, if not way more, in AEW, and he'll be a lot happier
there. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out.
Oh my god, my connection is so terrible.
All right,
He's
Matt.
leaving?
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
All right, Matt.
Later,
Thanks
guys.
very much.
I'm gonna listen
see you next time.
I'm gonna listen to the next Eddie Valentine episode of
Yes. It's coming up soon.
Can't wait. Later, guys.
Take care, man. All right.
I'll peck you on your way out.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
You see Kyle O'Reilly looks like he's bulking up.
Yeah.
He looks bulkier. Like he looks thicker, but not that he can't do his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was the SummerSlam pay-per-view?
I enjoyed it.
Think of that.
I really liked it. There was a couple matches that were like, wow, this should have been on Raw and this should have been on SmackDown and not on, the second biggest show of the year. But there was a lot of surprises. There was a lot of good matches. So, yeah, I give it a big thumbs up. The Becky Lynch thing pissed me off. Happy to see her return. Not happy with her.
Wow.
What are you wowing about?
You'll see. You will see. If you have not seen it.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, after we're done here,
Walter?
go back and watch that match. Yeah, he won a title.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh no, we lost Eddie.
This is the guy that beat him.
Are you back? There we go.
Yeah.
Tapped him out.
But I mean, he's the first guy that beat him, right?
Oh yeah.
Walter's held that belt for how long?
For over a year.
Oh yeah, good for him. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this?
What's his name? Phantasma something. The guy that used to be Phantasma is now something else that I can never remember his name.
Well, who are these guys?
I don't know. There were a bunch of 205 guys that came over, and they have a faction. I don't know much about them because I don't really care much about them, and I don't really pay attention when they're on. They're not bad. They're just kind of boring to me. So I was like, okay, whatever, people. But they keep on putting them on TV, so there you go.
What they have Joe Gacy doing?
He was in the breakout tournament. He just lost a match. I can't remember the guy's name that he lost to.
How was the match?
It's okay. Not great.
Oh. Well, looks like that's another person I'm going to have to message and castigate. Not having a good enough match. Add that to my list. Message Adam Cole about bad spray tan and upper body workouts and bench pressing. Message Joe Gacy about bad matches.
Well, again, not a bad match. It was just, could have been a lot better. For his first
don't
match
take it back
on
now,
first,
Rick, because I'm
no, I mean for his first match on NXT, it should have been a lot better.
I'll be since I didn't see the match, I will be directly citing your critique in this message.
Yeah, that's fine.
Dear Joe Gacy.
I mean, it's just common sense. Like if you're on NXT for the first time, how about you try and impress somebody? Maybe
Joe
try
Gacy.
that, Mr. Gacy.
Dear Joe Gacy, you may remember me from such wrestling promotions as WPW and CZW. Rick says your match sucked. Do better. Sincerely, the Gold Edition, Eddie Valentine. Perfect.
You remember Rick? He
Siri.
was the cameraman in that Delaware show that you wrestled for.
It's Siri. Siri, send. Hey, whatever happened to Ryan Slater?
I do not know. He might have been on that list of like 100 people they got rid of. All right. I'm going to grab a quick smoke break. So, Eddie, what I'd like you to do until I get back is if you could entertain these people and let them know what we got coming up on the next edition of the exclusive Eddie Valentine CZW interviews.
Absolutely. I could take care of that.
All right. Go for it.
Enjoy your cigarette break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, whatever ladies and gentlemen are in here watching me right now, watching the Gold Edition, enjoying the gun show and the pick show. We're going to do CZW with Eddie Valentine Part 2. So I was looking at some of the old shows. Oh, man, I was talking to Nick Mondo. I'm going to see about having him come on so we could tell some Nick Mondo, Sick Nick Mondo, and Eddie Valentine road stories, like the time he wrestled Mae Young and took the Bronco Buster and Strawberry Cream Savers, and the time that I got that I made Nick Mondo snap out on me. We're gonna go through CZW roster and matches and changes between 2001 and 2002. We're gonna talk about the the infamous John Zandig Jesus promo and the origin stories of the John Zandig Jesus promo, because we used to have a lot of fun with that. We're going to talk about I've been working on a list of like the legit tough guys in CZW, like the ones that can go, that were shooters and that you wouldn't want to get into like a real fight with. Everybody in CZW was like legit, like they were all tough. I wouldn't qualify or say that anybody in CZW at the time that I was there in 2001 and 2002 were wimps or cowards or oh man, I guess I gotta be careful about what I say here. I don't want to, no, there weren't any wussies in CZW. That was like not allowed. But not all those guys were shooters, obviously. But there were shooters. There were legitimate tough guys. Some guys that the stories that we hear about them would frighten you, and you would never want to cross these guys in a dark alley or like in a bar fight or anything like that because they'll kill you. So we'll talk about that. Talk about the first class of CCW students from the time that we were in Sewell and Deptford, which include Chris Cash. Oh, I got a ton of good Chris Cash stories. GQ, Ian Knox, Chris Styles came in. We'll talk about who liked who and who didn't like who. Who didn't like working with who in the locker room. And some of the ribs, going to wrestle for Big Japan Pro Wrestling, which is a lot of fun. So we're going to talk about all of that. Right now, we got Karrion Kross making his way to the ring. Is he the first out? Where Samoa Joe already made his way to the ring in the amount of time that I took to talk about what I'm going to talk about in the future on CCW with the Gold Edition Eddie Valentine. I don't know why Karrion Kross does not have his valet. This kind of doesn't work. Is this part of the entrance? Is she not here? Is she not with him? I guess she's not with him. Somebody's going to tell me that she's not with him because of some stupid reason. Like he shouldn't have her with him. Like it shouldn't be like a Miss Elizabeth Macho Man kind of vibe between the two of them. They should be inseparable, But I don't think they're going to do that. Well, obviously they're not going to do that. Karrion Kross Karrion Kross bench presses, I guarantee you. Or at least he does dumbbell presses at the very least. But yeah, look at him. He looks like he's going to rip you apart. Not a fan of Samoa Joe personally. Like it was work, but he's a very tough guy and people seem to like him. Oh, I think my favorite Samoa Joe match. Tough son of a bitch. Was when he took the Shinsuke Nakamura's move. The running knee to the face and dislocated his jaw. And you see Samoa Joe come up and he just puts his jaw back into place, which I've never personally had to do, and it did not look pleasant. I'm going to bet that hurt really, really bad. But looked amazing. You see him get up. Go back and watch Shinsuke Nakamura against Samoa Joe, where Shinsuke Nakamura dislocates Samoa Joe's jaw, and you watch him put it into place. He gets up, his jaw's dislocated, and it's like, I like the statistics. It has big match feel.
Hey, I'm back.
So I was talking about what we were going to talk about.
Yeah.
For the CCW podcast. Yep.
Very nice.
You'll have to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
To figure out what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think I threw it all out there. What we're going to cover. So.
Nice.
Oh, I talked to Mondo I said something to Mondo about coming on the other day. We'll have to give him some dates or something then. So he's busy, of course.
Of course, yeah.
It was really last minute. It was like I hit him up like Wednesday, the night before we were going to do it last week.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, hey, are you busy tomorrow?" And he was, unsurprisingly, completely surprising.
Imagine that.
And I said, I don't care if you're going to visit your parents. Come do a podcast talking about things that happened 20 years ago when you were at a dark time in your life. So that didn't work.
No.
We'll just have to put a little bit more planning into it and give them some dates.
First time seeing Samoa Joe in a ring in like 2 years, if not more. First time seeing Samoa Joe back in probably over 2 years.
Oh, this is the first time he's worked. He looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Lost weight. He's in the best shape I think I've seen Samoa Joe in, to be quite honest with you. He looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't even like Samoa Joe's work. I never really liked him.
No?
No. First of all, he's Samoan, but he's not part of the family, so I'm not sure how much that counts. For some reason, I have an instinctual Samoan dislike for him just because of the fact that he's not Anunnaki.
Yeah. What's your last name? Oh, it's not Anunnaki? Oh, then you don't count. Don't call yourself Samoan anything.
You could use Islander, but that's about it.
That's as close as you get to go.
That's all you're allowed to get. I just didn't like his work. Like, everybody used to rave about his work, and I always thought that he looked fantastic. For years, he looked fantastic when he was wrestling smaller guys. Yeah. But if he was in the ring with a guy that was his own size or bigger than him, I thought he looked like garbage. I thought his work was really weak against bigger guys. And you know my opinion on that. You should be able to work anybody. Yeah. I personally like to work bigger guys, like, that can go. So yeah. I don't know. I always thought he didn't make big guys look as good as guys smaller than him made him look, certainly. But then he redeemed himself in his feud with Shinsuke Nakamura. Mm-hmm. I was just talking about when Shinsuke Nakamura dislocated his jaw. Yeah. With the running knee. You see him get up and you see his jaw is dislocated and he just grabs it and jams it back in.
Cracks it back in, yeah.
I think me and Jason Havoc were watching it at the time. I was like, well, I'm going to give him credit for that because that had to suck really bad. I'm gonna dial back my criticisms of Samoa Joe just for that level of toughness, that display of masculine toughness in there. Right. That buys a lot of respect from me. So I guess I'm kind of neutral on him now. Oh, nice. Karrion Kross's valet. What's her name?
Scarlett.
Why? Why did they take her away from him?
I don't know.
That's Macho Man and Elizabeth. Why? It's a package. It's a package deal.
Yeah. That's definitely a Vince decision. Because as soon as he came up to the main roster, I don't know. It's one of those things where if Vince doesn't see it, he doesn't allow it.
I mean, that should have been one where, you know what? I just wish some of these guys would just grow a pair and just be like, hey, we're a package deal, and this is it's both of us or none of us.
Mm-hmm.
And if they both do that, what are they going to do about it?
People have done it and just
if her and him,
have immediately lost their
her and
jobs
him-
for it.
whatever they can. Karrion Kross and her could have gone anywhere with this gimmick. They could have
Oh,
gone
sure.
to AEW. They could have gone to Japan. They could have gone anywhere, and I would have just been said like, "Hey, we're a package deal." Randy Savage wanted to not let Miss Elizabeth be with him and take her away and put her like by herself or with somebody. Well, he really wouldn't have. Like, nobody would have even tried that. He would have had a fit. He would have had a Macho Man fit and and killed somebody over it.
Yeah. Vince just
The
has
promoters
this idea in
should
his head.
always have like there should be a healthy physical fear of professional wrestlers. I don't mean that they should be scared of them, but there should be lines that you don't cross without getting your face punched in. And these guys, it just seems like there's never that line with 99% of the guys. It's just whatever for the job. No, like just. I don't know. I didn't understand the Kiss My Ass Club, and certainly not the Fatu's.
What are you saying?
Face. The stink face.
Yeah.
Never in a million years. You'd have to kill me. You'd have to murder me. I'm not taking it. I'm not kissing anybody's ass. I'm not having stinky butthole rubbed in my nose. It's not happening. No, not unless you're gonna hospitalize me first. Like, it's just not happening. And this guy that wasn't even like that egregious. This guy should have just been like, no, like we're together. I don't know what you're thinking. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. Why can't anybody just say take it or leave it?
Because half the time they leave it.
Know your worth.
You know what? Remember, it's WWE, dude. It's WWE. People want that name made in WWE because even if you're only there for a month, people know who you are. It's on such a worldwide scale. You know, even if they got you doing stupid stuff, you can carry that for years after that's done.
They gave him the belt. He had the belt.
Yeah.
Right.
And now there's promises of him. There's promises of moving him up to the main roster. I mean, I see where he's coming from. I really do.
I don't care. I think he's hurt himself. He has hurt himself with this decision. He is less without her, and it's noticeable. And he should have put his foot down and been, no, it's a package deal. I'll do what you want me to do. I'll go out there and lay down for who you want me to lay down for, and I'll be WWE guy, but it's her and me, like not me and not her.
Hmm.
And if you stick to your guns, then they could have been. What are they going to do? Then be like, okay, well, then we'll strip you of the belt. Then I'm going to go online and tell everybody that you were trying to like break us up.
Hmm.
Ooh, that was a vicious palm strike. Oh, tell me when you see it.
All right. What do you know about palm strikes? Nothing.
I know everything about palm strikes. I used to get irritated when people like would say that like my palm strike was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because that's one of the we'll talk about that was one of the things we're going to talk about with the CZW stuff. It's the origins of the palm strike, because I got punished for that the first time I used it. Oh yeah, I got yelled at by John like immediately after the match. Danny Rose was the first one to lay down for it.
Hmm.
And I got yelled at by John right afterwards. But I'll be damned if anybody's going to tell me my palm strike is incredible. I've hit way too many people with it. It's a real palm strike. Not a little face slap.
Yeah.
It's a real palm strike that's worked, not a face. I'm going to slap you in the face. A little slappy slap. No. It's the heel of the palm. The heel of... Where's the camera? The heel of the palm. It's the palm strike.
Yeah.
Like, just jam that in there. Just jam it in. And you mess up somebody's day.
Yeah.
It's not I'm going to No. Not a face slap. A palm strike is not a face slap.
I hate that sleeper.
I can't get over that they took her away. I really can't. It's ruining this match for me, to be honest with you. It's like he's missing a limb. It's like I'm watching Karrion Kross go out there and wrestle without missing an arm and a leg or something without her there. It's just weird.
You know, it's weird. I don't
work.
remember hearing that she got released or anything like that. So I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're doing with her. Are they holding her? Is she going to be a Is she going to be a wrestler?
Whatever it is,
is she going to be somebody else's manager?
They should have said no.
Yeah.
Why can't anyone say no?
Joe is looking great right now.
He looks amazing.
Oh.
Joe is carrying this match right now.
Hell yeah.
He's
man, here we go.
He's definitely carrying this match.
Cover. Well, damn. Hell yeah, man. First ever 3-time NXT champion. Very nice.
You want to know what's hilariously tragically funny about this is that they probably took the belt off of Karrion Kross because it stopped working after he lost his valet that they took away from him. They probably looked at him without her. They ruined the package gimmick. They ruined it, right? They took her away. They ruined the whole gimmick, which was always meant to be a package deal. Was booked, was contracted under a package gimmick, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they ruin it and take her away, and then they're like, "Oh, ugh. Well, he just doesn't have it, or whatever." Put the belt on Samoa Joe. They ruined his gimmick and then looked at it and was like, "Oh, look at this thing we ruined, and we don't like this anymore." Samoa Joe is reliable. Put the belt on him.
Yes.
I wonder who they're transitioning to. Or do you think this is the part now where they bring her back and they're like, "Oh, hey, look, now he has his valet back and now he'll win again." Like, I think do you think that's the gimmick they were going for?
I doubt it. I doubt it was anything even close to that clever.
Wow, you think that's clever? Jesus.
No, it's not. That's the point. They just do what they want to do with no explanation. So that was Takeover 36. We're going to pause real quick. I'm going to redo this whole thing, and we're going to come back with the review. I know you missed most of the pay-per-view. I'm going to reach out to Mark and Nico Sozio and see if they want to hop on for the review. And we're going to start a brand new video here. So you down for that, Eddie?
Sure.
All right. All right. So we're going to stop right here. And everybody stay tuned because we'll be right back with the NXT TakeOver 36 review. Stay tuned.